Alright, we're back at the Cisalpina headquarters, and last time around we built the car for the 50th company anniversary, which is coming up in 1996. And that's also the first car that was the full responsibility of Lorenzo's son Giorgio, kind of proving that he also understands the core values of the company and can build a proper sports car without any compromises. Your feedback on the car design unfortunately was not that overwhelmingly positive, and I can totally understand it because, yeah, it's a bit too modern, and that's why I did a bit of work trying to make it look a bit more simple and 90s. We will just pretend that the car looks like this now, and we will fade this design in once we do a facelift for the Cinquanta. Other than that, the company is still doing excellent. Last time we released the Nuvia and even built a totally new engine factory for it, which was super expensive, but yeah, we survived until now. And we're still at a positive company valuation. Now, the next big project to be brought onto the road is the Saetta, where we just entered the phase of factory construction. This is another huge one. Our first medium car factory, our first steel monocoque construction with steel presses. This will now be ongoing and eat quite a bit of our budget. And after that project is done, I want to start our next car. And this is the long overdue successor to the Boreale, our GT car. And this will be a really nice challenge, because I want to make something really beautiful, because the Boreale was a bit weird, a bit too large maybe. So maybe Cisalpina finally gets a proper 90s GT car. Until then, we have to pass some time. I already know which body I want to use, and therefore I will increase the funding in the body department. The body will release in 1995, and I just want to make sure that it's ready once the Saetta is on the road. The economy seems to be going into a downturn, so let's hope this will still work for us. I will just go to 1992 now and take a look at our production levels and make sure that this is all working out. So far, things are looking good. I just increased the production of the Nuvia to 2.5 shifts to make sure that we get rid of our pre-orders a little bit more quickly. But now we have a bit of an issue there with our factory refresh on the Boreale, which currently gets the last facelift. But it's not that much. It's just a small sum we have to pay, around 600k. We have that money. Currently we are losing quite a bit, but we are building this hugely expensive factory for the Saetta. We're taking out quite a large loan, but we invest 3 million per month out of our own money into it. So yeah, things are still looking good. Company valuation is going down, however, because the partly constructed factory does not go into the company valuation yet. It will all be fine when the factory is finished. I just saw that we can get 6 gears if we hurry up, so I invested 2 more points into drivetrain technology and reduced body spending because we will get it in time. And again, higher factory update costs, this time for the engine factory for the Saetta. It's a bit more expensive, 4 million, but we earn some money, so it's okay. The Nuvia is contributing nicely and the Saetta has been finalized. Very good. Let's do one more tick to see the first sales. We have plenty of pre-orders, which is good. And we will just run out of Freccias, basically just in time. Perfect. Right, there we go. First bunch of Saettas. And yeah, it's not that much profit, unfortunately. But still, the company is running at a profit, so that's good. Currently we are repaying 6 million a month in loans. Company valuation is up to 150 million now with the new factory. So things are looking alright. Just need to stop the production of the Freccia. Okay, that is done. We also still have a few Cunios sitting around, still 158 cars. I wonder when we will sell the last one, one per month. Sometimes we have to pay emissions penalty for that, so I will kill it at some point, but as long as we sell it, let's let it run. The Freccia will be gone soon as well. And now let's take care of replacing the Boreale. We also have to have in mind that in 1998 we get a big emissions regulations update with 8 for Fruinia, and that's something for next episode probably. So let's take care of our next car. And yeah, as I said, proper GT Premium. And I will choose this body here. This should make a really nice 90s Italian GT car. And while I was on vacation, I thought of a few names. And I think the one I want to use for this one is the Senza Fine, basically meaning endless. Why? Well, you never want the drive to end, and you need endless money to afford one, probably. The name is not as nice if you're an Italian speaker, obviously, but yeah, it's as good as it gets. Main inspiration for this one is the Ferrari 550, one of my all-time favorite cars. Panel-wise, it's pretty easy. Aluminium for this one, definitely a space frame because it won't be mass production, and classic front engine rear-wheel drive. We do double wishbone, and a little bit of quality. And then let's see which kind of engines we have. I want to clone a variant of our 4-liter V12. We definitely need a little bit more power from this, so maybe we can slightly bore it up, even though it hurts reliability. Let's go for 4.1 liters. And VVT should also help to have a really nice torque curve. Twin throttle is good already. One question is just, is the performance intake too loud? Probably yes. But we can upgrade the fuel to 95 RON for sure. And we'll have a high flow catalytic converter. Just checking, the Ferrari 550 had 485 horsepower from a 5.5 liter V12. So that engine is quite a bit larger, but we should probably still aim for a high 300 horsepower range, maybe 400 horsepower. Normally our cars are a little bit lighter, but still we need to somehow get up there. Even though we have some power density limit from the block, there's nothing I can do against it. I can rev a little bit higher. Probably the limit is coming from the block, so nothing I can really do against it. I can rev a little bit higher, quite a bit higher actually, so let's do that. And of course fix the valve float. Reliability is not as nice, but that's mostly due to the block. We have a light aluminium block, should have been a heavy block, but I cannot change that now. I'm still considering to use the performance intake. It's too loud though. A bit of fuel system quality doesn't hurt for reliability and emissions. And then we arrive at 370 horsepower. I think that's definitely good enough. And then let's do a quick engineering run. Definitely just rear-wheel drive manual. 6 gears. No sequential, and of course not any weird stuff like CVT. Helical limited slip diff. Radial sports tires. Alloy rims, vented discs all around. Semi-clad or fully clad under tray. Let's go for semi-clad for now. And 2+2 seats of course. The interior is handmade with premium entertainment package. Could be luxury, we'll see. I want to stay on the lighter side maybe. And yeah, I think for this one it makes sense with the lumpy V12 on the front axle to have hydraulic power steering. And our steering system supplier will give us a nice variable one, not just a fixed steering ratio. We already had traction control and ABS earlier. Safety wise, we'll have to see. Probably we need advanced again. And there we have it. Almost scoring well. Low reliability, oh no. Top speed is more than enough with the horsepower we have, 325 kilometers per hour. So definitely we don't need more power. Also, acceleration is super good. Fuel economy is 13.4 liters. Emissions almost WES 9, so we can definitely tweak that. Yeah, it's already WES 9, not WES 8. Problem is the NOx. Need to run lower compression to make it, or a richer fuel mixture helps as well. I have a little bit of margin, so I need to check when I build a convertible if that also works. Let's also tune the brakes, there's still some work to do here. The rear tires may be a little uncomfortable, that's right. Yeah, 17 inches are better for comfort and so on, but they don't look as nice. So I still have to go with the 18-inch ones. But I give them one shot of quality. Safety-wise, Fruinia is fine. Advasia is 45, and that's what we don't have yet. Yeah, we have to go for advanced if we don't want to spend too much quality. So let's do that, especially if we want to have a convertible. Let's make it a little lighter. Not too expensive though. 1450 kilos. Nice. Second gear is not going to 100, right? Yeah, now it's going. So we get a little bit more sportiness out of this. 5.2 seconds from 0 to 100. It's a lot better. Also, some quality here. Okay, that's it. So let's go for the design. Alright, that's the shape. Don't know if you noticed the difference to the original. The modifications are quite subtle. And now time to design this. As always, let's start finding some proper nice rims. And then headlights. Again, our special technique, custom headlights, just follow the lines with some curved seams and then fill it out. I should probably go back to using the MHDL headlight outlines a bit more, just because it is less work and there's enough variety in the pack. But well, somehow I have gotten into this rabbit hole and cannot get out again. Then the badge, the number plate and a pretty wide and thin grille, similar to what we have seen on the Nubia. Also, I wanted to have a hood scoop like on the Ferrari 550, and I built my own out of body molding and patches. On the side, big experiments. I first went for a large vent, Saita style, but the body, a mod body to be fair, is just too finicky to work with lots of tearing going on. So I go for Nubia style double vents, after almost copying the Ferrari 550 here again. On the rear, I first experiment with custom shaped taillights, but I just could not make it look right. It always looked like aftermarket JDM tuning parts. So back to round taillights. And here for the outline, I really could have gone for standard MHDL pieces. But I was so in the flow with the seam and cutout technique that I forgot to turn my brain on. 3 taillights for the beginning, later I go for 2 housings with extruded circular covers to repeat the dual front lights, with 2 functions in each housing like on the Ferrari 550. Alright, and with this I think I'm done. I'm pretty happy with it. The side is rather simple, but yeah, that's also how the premium cars of that period looked like in my opinion. And the rear, some might say it's a bit basic, but I think it has enough detail to work. It's not an exact copy of the Ferrari 550, but yeah, it's kinda close. But I really couldn't get anything other than the round taillights to work on this one here. So yeah, I like it, but I'm of course happy to hear your opinion in the comments. And now that we have added aero fixtures, let's go through all of the engineering after adjusting the aerodynamics. I definitely want a little less lift here, but we don't need downforce. So then top speed is down to 300, which still is plenty. I'm going to leave this where it is. Still 5.2 seconds from 0 to 100, which is super fast. We're doing well here. Brakes need an update, but also let's add a little bit of brake cooling. Yeah, I think this works pretty well. Let's check emissions again. And we're just failing Res 9 now with the added drag. Nice. The emissions optimization does not help here because it's only optimizing other emissions, I think, and not the NOx, which is troublesome. Bit of aero quality should help a bit, but maybe I need a little longer gearing. Let's also reduce the drag and the angles a bit. One click less of compression. And one more, just to have a little bit more margin. So emissions wise it looks good now. Now, just for the normal GT market, we don't sell anything anymore because it's just too expensive. But that's alright, I guess. So let's add the spider trim, or rather it's a Targa. The real convertible is not available for the front engine version of this body. So let's see if it actually makes any sense. Probably not. I don't see any convertible market that makes sense here. So let's scrap this one. This means we are properly done with the Sensafina. Let me know in the comments below what you think about it. And let me know which 90s GT car is your favorite car of the era. If you say this one is not powerful enough, then we will add a Cinghiale trim, the more spicy version, a little bit later in the first facelift. Also, we have just released the Nubia as the most extreme car that we have, so maybe we don't want to fight that too hard with our own products. Let's head on to engineering. Oh, it's actually really quick to engineer, 47 months. So I could try to make it a little bit more efficient, probably in the process area, because we have quite a lot of material costs per car. Or we just use it for reliability and then hammer it out in 4 years. Let's make the project a little cheaper. This is looking good, 47 million. And the engine? We have a lot of room there as well. The engine is also quite cheap. Well, cheap, 23 million, yeah. It's just a facelift, not a new one. And here we can add the new variant just to the list, right? Well, I have to take a look at which car is using the first generation Stradale engine. I definitely don't need the race engine anymore. The Group C car production has been stopped already. And then let's put this one into our GT factory. It's a small factory, size 2. It says we get a lot of profit, but I think the price is not where it should be. So yeah, currently we sell a lot of cars, but this is also not the right price. And then we don't need as many. So let's go down to 60k and we can reduce the factory shifts now. I'm not even fully using one shift. Let's go to 55k. I think that's good. 190 million again overall. I'm always taking out loans because I lost track of how much we actually still have to pay. So for the next campaign, I will have to keep more of an eye on which costs are still coming up in other projects. I will not sign this off yet because I want to check where else this engine is used. I think it's in the Nubia. The old Nubia doesn't use it. The Saetta definitely doesn't use it, it's just inline 4 and V6. The Cinquanta definitely doesn't use it. Or, was it the Group C? No, it was the Boreale. We could have just facelifted that engine, but it definitely is not a problem that we're using the factory for it. And even the Cinghiale engine we don't need anymore. So this is something to optimize here in the factory setup. And as I'm back in the car designer, I want to quickly showcase how to export the car to BeamNG because some people are asking about it. You just click here and then you can give your car a name here, and there are several options here for the export to modify it. You can read them. I find that in this game build it all works very well without checking one of those. And then you just need to click on export, and within a few seconds it's done and ready and available in BeamNG. And there it is. We will head to the track in a few seconds, but first I have to sign the project off. Alright, let's finally update the engine factory configuration. So we don't need this anymore, we only need this for the Nubia and this one for the Senza Fina. It's really hard to keep track if you have so many engines, and I'm just running a very small car company here. But yeah, this should bring us a nice return. We'll take 80% loan, as always, and repay 2 million a month, just to make it go away quickly. We have a decent loan interest rate, so it's okay. Sign it off. And another big step is taken. Just 1 month to see how it impacts our finances. It should be fine. Oh, still plenty of profits. Don't know where all that money is coming from. The V6 factory is being overworked because we are selling so many Freccias. Not the Freccia, of course, it's the Saetta. And probably we are selling too many Cinghiales. And also from the price perspective, I think we chose something around 60k. So that's an upgrade from the old Boreale. So even the base version of our GT car is now a lot more expensive. We are further dipping our toes into premium territory here. But yeah, for now I think that's it. Next time around we will make sure that the rest of our lineup, consisting of the Nubia and Saetta, is somewhat ready for the upcoming emissions. So Wes 9 in Fruinia in 1998. And while we're doing that, we might also add a GT1 racing version for the Nubia, because GT1 is coming up and we don't want to miss that. But for now, let's head to the race course and see how quick the Sensafina goes. Alright, here we are. Looking beautiful, as always. And let's see how this one does. There we go. Traction control kicking in a little bit. But I have it in sport mode, so a little bit of wheel spin is possible. ESC is not really doing its thing. So is the gearbox synchronization, it looks like. It's slidey, but at these low speeds definitely controllable. Understeer a bit. They couldn't afford to blip to turn the rear around. There we go. Carousel. Yep, good first sector. Not perfect. But yeah, the car is a challenge, as always. And I'm a little bit scared of the slingshot, because I think we are now reaching 230. And I cannot do it with throttle. Yeah, it's super sketchy. Let's try to get it slowed down for Bavarian Bend. Nice and controlled. I'm a little bit too quick as the track falls away there on the exit. But I kept it on track, lost a second there at least. ABS is also not really working. But yeah, I'm through. Feels a bit floaty. And the rear kicks out. This is quite a workout. I thought this would be an easy time in a GT car. But we are almost done. And last corner, don't bend it now. Is it sub 220? Yes. Possible, yes. Not too bad, but also not easy. God. You can, as always, download this on my Discord server. Yeah, if you want to adjust it. Remove the rear anti-sway bar and maybe add a little bit of rear toe. That should help a lot. Maybe also a bit of front toe, just to remove the floatiness. But other than that, it's pretty controllable, so a nice balance of weight and power. Hope you have fun with it. Hope you had fun watching this episode, and I hope to see you all again very, very soon. Thanks for watching, and bye bye.